Victim mindset is the biggest enemy of our mind. It stays in your mind like a parasite, and it traps you in this subconscious, which makes you believe that you have no power to change your own life. And I think we know that this victim mindset is eating us up, but it's actually really hard to realize the damage being done until you learn the hard way. And I think I learned it the hard way. Growing up, I didn't exactly have the best childhood experience. Our family looked happy on the outside because most Asian households prioritize saving face. So, we're really good at packaging our family to look like this one big happy family. But no one really knows what is really going on behind the door. And, there were some issues inside my house. There were a lot of fighting and arguing, screaming, yelling, and violence. These were all very common. And the thing is, I really couldn't do anything about it, right? What can I do? I'm a child, so I felt like I had no power to change any outcome. So this feeling of learned helplessness, it kind of overtook me from a very young age because I felt like no matter what I do, my actions cannot impact anything around me, right? So this kind of naturally made me develop no goals. So I had no goals as a child. I had no dreams. And I only did what I was programmed to do by everyone else around me, which was study, get good grades, go to a good college, and get a good job. So, I tried as best I could. And guess what? I hated my desk job, and I had no idea what to do next. So everything that I have lived for turned out to be the worst decision of my life. So, now, it's really entertaining to think about that. But at the time, I was really frustrated. And this is what I did. I started victimizing myself. I blamed everyone around me. I blamed my family. I blamed society. I blamed, everyone else but me. And add self-pity to that mix and you got yourself an infinite loop of why me? Straight to poor me. And why me? And poor me. And what's hard about this cycle is that it is so intoxicating that you don't even think about doing something to change your life. That doesn't even occur to be a possibility because you feel like everything in this world is against you and it is out to get you. And to be honest, it's quite convenient to be the victim too, because this helplessness allows us to stay exactly where we are, inside our comfort zone. Our brain keeps telling us if nothing you do can change your life or make any difference, then why waste energy, right? So you get trapped inside your own mind. You get trapped on this empty island, just like Odysseus who gets trapped with Calypso for 7 years, just eating lotus flowers and forgetting about his desires. And if you think about the movie Odyssey, it's not the giant monsters. It's not the terrible storm. It's not the huge spiraling whirlpool. They don't really stop Odysseus from moving forward. It's the comfort. It's the comfort of Calypso that drags him down the most, right? It's the comfort. That is her kryptonite. And that's the thing, really, right? The only reason why being depressed and being the victim is so addictive is because it forces us to sit down and sympathize with ourselves. And since it's so easy now to look online and find similar people inside the echo chamber that we created, our thoughts constantly get reinforced every single scroll you make on your algorithm. And since everyone is trapped inside their own minds, thinking that we are the victims of society, that we are the victims of history, that we are the victims of this political system, people become vengeful, right? And I think this is the issue. This is the major issue that is prevalent in the world that we're living in. But it's especially more serious in Korea. So a lot of people here, it's instead of using their energy to improve their own lives, they use morality as a weapon to drag other people down, because dragging others down is much easier than lifting themselves up. It requires much less energy and willpower. And cancel culture here is crazy to the point where people will do anything to dig up another person's past to find any kind of dirt. And that is how celebrities and business owners and, famous people that shows their face on TV, they get canceled here nearly every week, right? Maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but, it happens so frequently that it's not even surprising anymore to see a news article about a celebrity being canceled. And it's almost as if this mass cancellation has become a custom here in Korea. It became a kind of a sports event for ordinary people to enjoy every once in a while. So, people consume this like entertainment, and they celebrate it as if it's a festival of mass cancellations and the victory for the people. There's that kind of sentimentality. And the scary thing about this is that people that do this, they believe that they're doing the world justice. And they justify extreme measures of cancellations that almost feel like social bullying, because everyone believes that they're doing the right thing, which is why so many people living here are so afraid to speak up and share their true thoughts, right? Because in an environment like this, who is going to be willing to speak up their true thoughts and risk their reputation and risk being canceled for the things that they have said? So here we are in our comfort zone. People just going along with the crowd and having a good time lying down next to Calypso with lotus flowers in our mouths. But what they're doing is not doing anything positive for their own lives. And, there's a reason why a lot of successful people and happy people and satisfied people, they work out, right? There's a reason why they go to the gym every day and lift heavy things. There's a reason why they read difficult books. There's a reason why they create. And it is all because all of these things, they challenge us. And challenge is discomfort, right? And discomfort is the only thing that can become an antidote to this victim mindset. And for that reason, I'm never going to stop. I'm not going to stop, because doing this right now is me stepping out of the comfort zone. And some people might say that it's a waste of time, right? And some people might not understand why I do this, but that's okay, because this is who I am, and I am capable of making myself better.